Hello from Johnson City, Tennessee. I'm Mark Bryant with another of our previews for Big South Basketball 25-26. Very happy to have with me now Jason Williams, head coach of the USC Upstate Spartans women's team. Coach, thank you for being here.
Appreciate the hospitality.
Let's get right into it. You're preparing for another year here. This is your fourth season at Upstate. What's the early evaluation of preseason practice and the general preparations for this group? Man,
we talk about all the time for us is to be able to have some cohesion to us and some conviction, you know what I mean, in how we do things. It's been kind of like our tagline, you know, we want to be able to have some conviction in the way that we do things and making that a really high level and standard. And this preseason's been awesome. Our group's really bought in. They've done a really good job of committing to just the constant themes I've been giving them over each little segment, summer, fall, and then now obviously going into the practice season. And so, you know, like this group's we have a lot more depth than we've had in previous seasons, and I'm really excited to be able to go out there and share the basketball a little bit and be able to play up and down.
So that's good for the concepts and themes you're working on, but what about the focal point of actual execution here? What are you focusing on in practice, you and your staff with the team?
Oh man, to be able to start and finish plays like with a sense of urgency, you know what I mean? And our communication's been like a really, really big focal point. Like, are we actually echoing and having great communication and dialogue and specific dialogue and being really good listeners to the communication on the floor consistently, you know what I mean? And like that cohesion will then be able to create us the opportunity to be able to hopefully take one of these big trophies home late in March.
You have last year's Freshman of the Year returning in Cassie Gallagher. What are your expectations for her, and what are her own expectations for the year ahead?
Man, big expectations on her end, you know what I mean? Like she puts a lot of individual pressure on her own self, and so for me, I just want her to be the best leader and best version of Cassie Gallagher possible, you know what I mean? And to be able to kind of grow out of her own quiet self would be really, really good. And she's really walked into that leadership position currently and has done a really good job of being able to kind of steward the younger kids along to be able to get to like what our culture is and what our standard is consistently. And she's been that role model day in and day out for us.
In addition to Cassie, which returning players are going to be key contributors for you this year?
We got a couple of them. Gwen Jenkins and Vera Soderblom and Zora Freychin are just three to be able to name a couple right now that I'm really, really excited about. Just because they've been a part of the program, they've seen the maturation from year to year to year and been able to really acquire the knowledge to be able to go out and now teach it, you know what I mean? And so like as I'm yelling one drill to the next, and they're the people out there instructing and putting people in the proper positions. And when you have that, you know, fluidity and retention, it creates a lot of like buy-in from the player to player, like communication, and player to player, like coaching. And I'm really excited to be able to have that now going into year 4.
Yeah, a strong returning base is almost the exception these days. Yeah. So let's talk about newcomers. Who are the significant transfers or new arrivals that should be putting in significant minutes?
Man, we brought in 4 really good transfers that I'm excited about. The 2 of them right off the top of my head. Lexi Castater from Indiana. The kid's 5'11", 6 feet, shoots it really well, really offensively, has a really good IQ, and is going to add some depth for us on the wing. Zoe Richardson, 6'4", that stretches the floor, plays really hard, from New Zealand. She's a Kiwi, as they like to call her, and just competes, you know what I mean? And then we got an Asia Palmer. She has an interesting story. Like, she's played NAIA, Division III, Division II, and now Division I. And so she's the grandma of the bunch and been with us, been playing college basketball for a long, significant period of time.
What have you got lined up in the non-conference schedule? We know what the grind of the conference play is like. What's ahead out of league for you guys?
You know, like the usual kind of guarantee games that we play, the big dogs, is going to be, we're going to Clemson this year, starting off with good old Sean Poppy over there and kind of rebuilding that Clemson program. He's done a really good job over there. We got UGA in Kentucky, and so those are our 3 kind of like higher Power 4 institutions. And then, you know, our regional opponents like usual. Like we got our Western Carolinas, and then we're going to Morehead State. And so like I'm really, really excited to kind of continue our Queens universities and you know, our regional opponents and be able to continue that rivalry that we've had over the last 3 years.
We look forward to seeing it in action this year. We wish you and all the Spartans the best of luck in the season ahead. Thank you so much for the time, and thanks to all of you for being here for another of our 25-26 season previews.